crown jewel of Northeast Auto Racing is right before your eyes.
You sure are right, Matt. There is no division that has attracted such talent and has shown such growth and has shown such excitement than the SK Modifieds here at Stafford.
One storyline to watch tonight. Last week, Keith Rocco had his night end early when he wound up in the turn 3 wall. I think he will be out for revenge tonight in car number 88.
There's the story of the points between drivers like Ronnie Williams, the defending champion. Williams is the hottest open-wheel driver this season in short track events. Not on the tour, we're talking about the open competition style and SK events. Green flag is out. David Arute puts the Budweiser light machine to the bottom of the racetrack. Car number 75 is the leader. He comes off the turn like a rocket, but right there to contend. Behind him is the number 25 machine of Tyler Hines. Hines looks racy. Here comes Galco, and they are side by side all the way back.
Mike Christopher on the outside trying to boogie around Tyler Hines, but David Arute looks like an astronaut as he is able to soar into the lead. In 4th place, that is Galco. Also trying to get to the front is Andrew Moeller.
They come off turn number 4. The Lincoln Technical Institute, number 75 of David Arute, is teaching a class in running at the front of this field. Meanwhile, here comes Michael Christopher, car number 82. Wheels him in, dives to the inside, gone. The door is open. Tyler Hines moves in. They touch like two cymbals in an orchestra. Here comes Eric Burt, the Bulldog, and a kid that has been so close so many times this season, Marcello Ruffano, with car number 68.
Marcello Ruffano was doing all the work on that car himself tonight. He was the only crew member. Eric Burt, he is able to jackknife his way underneath the root. Now he is pestering the back bumper of Hines. Here comes Eric Burt. They have made drastic changes on that car. He said they changed everything, and he is getting the results.
It certainly is. The North End Auto Parts name has been synonymous with winning race cars over the years, from Plainville Stadium to Stafford to wherever a wheel has turned in a modified. And Eric Burt continues to bring that legend to life. Car number 54 is up to 2nd. Michael Christopher now finds the red, white, and neon yellow numeral car to the inside. Matt Buckler, they're side by side and wheel to wheel, and we've got the 3rd different leader of this event.
Yeah, they didn't stay side by side for very long as Eric Burt able to get the lead. Here comes Christopher. Slingshot move. Will it stick against Burt? He is dead even with the 54, and Burt is able to hold him off.
While that goes on up front, there's another battle going on. Meanwhile, off the set, Steven Kopsick is off the pace. Car number 21 looks to have mechanical woes. Back up front. Here comes Burt and Christopher. Side by side as they come on. Oh, we've got a problem down in turn number 1. And Matty Galco. The stage is set. We'll reset the field for you. Michael Christopher is shown as the leader. Eric Burt is 2nd. Tyler Hines is 3rd. Andrew Moeller is in the 4th spot. Marcello Ruffano up to 5. Unofficially in the 6th position. Keith Rocco unofficially in the 7th spot. It looks like Michael Jervis is up to 7. Glenn Reed is up to the 8th spot. Corey DiMatteo is 9th. And 10th is Todd Owen. That is unofficial currently the way they stand. 7 of 40 into the books. The SK Modifieds about to get fired up here at Stafford again. 2 of the very best in that front row as they thunder off turn number 4. Green flag is out, Matt, and it is Christopher with a little extra giddy up, and he manages to take back the lead, but never count out the Bulldog. Look at Eric Burt, high, wide, and handsome on the outside down the back straightaway.
As he used turn 2 like it was Cape Canaveral to try to launch past Christopher. Christopher answers back as they blur across the line. Here is Andrew Moeller, car number 35. He is trying to get 2nd away from Eric Burt, and now he's going after Mike Christopher.
He certainly is, but Eric Burt continues to give the power assist to the back bumper of car number 82. Single file, the top 3. Here comes Keith Rocco. He's not the only story, and all of a sudden, Glenn Reed has moved in, and Todd Owen has been cautiously, quietly coming to the front. He's not quiet anymore. He's making some noise. Now he moves into the top 6.
And Eric Burt takes over the lead. He made a fine move in turn number 4. Moeller trying to get the best of Mike Christopher. They are dead even. Keith Rocco up to fourth. And Rocco has a lot of race car at his disposal tonight.
He certainly does, and that car is working like it is on rails. He continues to move to the inside, thinks twice of it, down underneath Michael Christopher. Keith Rocco looks to move to the podium. Being in third isn't what is the definition of Keith Rocco and his racing career. He likes to run up front. Glenn Reed is up to the fifth spot. Owen is back in sixth. His car slipped up a bit on that last circuit off turn number 2. Here comes Reed now, Matt.
Green in the black number 17, the Avery construction car. He is trying to close in on Keith Rocco. As a great move that time by Moeller, almost was able to put the underneath Burt.
We've got the Daniel Wesson machine. It suddenly darted off the racetrack and pulled to the inside, and that's going to bring out a caution.
Daniel Wesson very optimistic tonight. He said they finally have the setup on that car figured out, and now it's up to him to drive it to the front.
Selected the inside. Moeller is on the outside, and then it is Rocco and Michael Christopher. 3 rows back, Glenn Reed, Todd Owen, Marcello Raprano, and Tyler Hines, Matt.
The pressure is on Andrew Moeller, because if he doesn't get a good restart on the outside, Keith Rocco will be down to his esophagus. And so Rocco is in a good position now on the inside of the second row.
Now it appears that Matty Galco makes it back out, and the Daniel Wesson problem has been fixed, and he's ready for the action as they thunder off turn number 4. It is a battle of the best in SK Modified Racing, all the way back through the field, and Moeller had a slight advantage about 3/4 of the way down the front straightaway. Off the turn, who's going to have the zip or the zap to make it down into turn 3 first?
Well, Moeller knew it was go time, so he got out of the barrel in a hurry, but by the time they got to turn number 4, laser beaming his way to the front was Byrne. Here comes Rocco to the inside, trying to create a ruckus, and Keith Rocco has moved into the top 2.
Keith Rocco is the mover and shaker here tonight. Eric Byrne is flying at the front of the field, and now all of a sudden here comes Glenn Reed. Todd Owen, Mr. Consistency, now working and applying the pressure as the battle is on between Owen and, of course, a strong battle there. DiMatteo is back into the hunt. Here comes Glenn Reed, winding it up tight to go to the outside, Matt, for a third place, and that is Keith Rocco.
Well, he got by Mike Christopher, and now he is attacking Rocco at the front of the field. It is Eric Byrne, as he is trying to stay ahead of the 88 of Rocco. You talked about DiMatteo, a move in front of him by Todd Owen. So Todd Owen, he never gives up, he never backs down, and he is currently running at 6, and here is Rocco. Lap number 16, Rocco moves in front.
The Wheelers Automotive machine is wheeling at the front of the field, and Keith Rocco is back in front-running style here at Stafford. But Eric Byrne, the Bulldog, is still digging. He's not done yet. He taps him on the back bumper, lets him know he's there as they rumble back to the stripe. Moeller sets in the 3rd spot, and here comes Glenn Reed. Reed is going to try the bottom move. All of a sudden, Owen's race car, a little bit off the pace as DiMatteo makes the move. Right up front.
Byrne is in a hurry, trying to get underneath Rocco. They come off turn number 4 with authority, and Eric Byrne has his lead back by a molecule over Keith Rocco.
Whatever they did, when they took the car apart, they found some magic.
Crossover by Rocco.
Here he comes again, bottom shot. Rocco's patented turn is turn number 3. He forces Byrne up the hill. Byrne says, no way. He's still digging in on the outside. At the stripe, Eric Byrne still the leader. Rocco still digging in hard on the bottom.
The lead swaps back and forth. Now it belongs to Rocco. Not very far away is Andrew Moeller, one of the strongest runs that he has had for a while. And then in 4th, Glenn Reed. But here is Rocco under a 2-prong attack by both Byrne and Moeller. Rocco still has the lead at the halfway point.
There's no question about it. Eric Byrne is all over the number 88, but Rocco has the bite off the turn, down the back straightaway. Now it is Glenn Reed who's going to go to the outside of Moeller. Action is for 3rd. Inside, the youngster, Moeller. Outside, the veteran, Glenn Reed. And Michael Christopher sets in position number 5.
And right behind Mike Christopher is Corey DiMatteo, and Ronnie Williams now in 7th. It is Rocco, but he is under siege by Eric Byrne as they completely overhauled that number 54, and they have come up with some magic. Now Reed moves into third as he catapults his way past Moeller.
There's no question about it. Glenn Reed is among the top 3 fastest cars on the racetrack. Here comes Michael Christopher with "if they can do it, so can I" attitude. He moves into the 4th spot. That forces Moeller back to position number 5. Then it is DiMatteo in the 6th position. Ronnie Williams is up to 7th, the defending champion. Toto in the point leader. Currently sets in the 8th spot. Down into turn number 3. Single file formation. Rocco still the leader of the pack. Last time by 19.435 to Eric Byrne's 19.618.
And Reed is going after Byrne. A little bump in the road for Byrne as that car got hostile. Here comes Reed crossing over, but he can't catch up to Eric Byrne. But that's a very great battle between 3 cars, Byrne, Reed, and Mike Christopher.
There's no question about it. Now, Tony Membrino, we haven't talked about him in a long time.
Going sideways is Reed, he saved it.
He did a nice job of gathering that back. Michael Christopher was there, got on the brakes. Now look at Williams. Williams dives to the inside. Car number 50 is like a man possessed on the bottom. He forces DiMatteo up, glued to the back bumper of the Moeller machine. Moeller is on the bottom as Williams tries, but the door is suddenly closed.
Williams is one of the great closers in the division. Right now he's trying to rumble underneath Corey DiMatteo, kind of trapped behind Andrew Moeller for the time being. Up at the front, it continues to be Keith Rocco, who has all the firepower. Andrew Moeller in an intense battle between DiMatteo and Williams.
There's no question about it. Williams is literally boxed in. He is glued to the back bumper of the Moeller machine, but DiMatteo keeps digging in, and Toto, and the point leader, is there as well. 4 cars, making 5 cars contending at the position number 5, and Andrew Moeller continues to hold on. Meanwhile, DiMatteo tries it again, Matt, on the outside lane.
But he is shut down by Moeller. An 0.8 of a second lead for Keith Rocco over Byrne. So that is a story there. Now blasting through on the outside is DiMatteo, getting the jump on the 35 of Moeller. So we are down to the finish here. 10 more laps to go when Keith Rocco hits a line, and Rocco is in total control.
He certainly is. He is the man out front. Meanwhile, while that's been happening, Williams just finally went around Moeller to pick up the spot. Who was the tail that wagged the dog there? It was Todd Owen, back up front. Kid Rock, Keith Rocco, less than 10 remaining. That's less than 5 miles left in the competition here. Out in front. Meanwhile, look a little further back. Tony Membrino is doing his homework. He moves into the 8th position as they head down into turn number 3. Meanwhile, single file is the story, but Michael Christopher seems to be gaining as Green continues to close in on our 2nd place runner, and that is Eric Byrne.
And he continues to gain ground. Christopher behind him, and Reed almost got the nostrils of his car underneath the 54 of Byrne. So Byrne in 2nd, but all over
here
him
comes
like
Reed again.
And Reed almost got there. Is Reed all over him like a leather jacket on a motorcycle driver. Reed is not surrendering.
He certainly is not, Matt. He'll make some bid down low. He gets a wheel. His right front is to the left rear of car number 54. Michael Christopher tries to pick a lane. It is Byrne who moves up the racetrack just a bit, just as Michael Christopher tried to make the same type of a move. It is Glenn Reed into 2nd.
Christopher's car got loose coming off the corner. We'll see if he can rectify that situation. But it took Glenn Reed about 12 laps to get by Eric Byrne. So Reed is in 2nd, but the man on his own island tonight is Keith Rocco. Remember last week, he didn't survive 10 laps. Tonight, he is on a hot streak.
He came from the 12th position. He became leader number 2, and he never looked back once he got into the number 1 spot. Glenn Reed with car number 17 started in front of him. In the 11th spot, he is currently in 2nd. And the 54 of Eric Byrne started the early leader of this event. All of a sudden, it appears that Michael Christopher wants to be on the podium. He looks to the inside. Byrne leaves the door open as he comes off the turn, back to the stripe, and Eric Byrne has a little extra oomph and manages to hold on to position number 3.
He needed it because it looked like Christopher might be a little quicker. Let's see what happens as they go into turn number 3. The jackknife is out for Mike Christopher. When they hit the line, we'll be down to the final 2. So Keith Rocco, he is in easy chair alley. The most hectic battle is for 3rd, the final spot on the podium between Eric Byrne and Mike Christopher, with Corey DiMatteo trying to be part of the battle.
You know, Eric Byrne really has gotten a workout tonight. Nobody has given Eric Byrne any extra. He has earned everything. White flag is out for Keith Rocco.
And Rocco on easy street as he heads into turn number 2. The battle heats up between Byrne and Christopher for the top 3. Reed in second, but here is Keith Rocco, about to go from rags to riches in the space of a week.
He certainly is off turn number 4. Keith Rocco has done it again here at Stafford. Glenn Reed to finish in the catbird seat. Eric Byrne, who worked so hard all night long, will be on the podium in 3rd.
He deserved
Michael
it.
Christopher will finish in the 4th spot. Good run for Corey DiMatteo in 5th.
Host will be John Gates.
Okay, Kid Rock, man, getting the job done tonight. Good piece of driving, buddy. Good win, and man, that's got to be a big one for you guys.
This is awesome. After getting wrecked last week and putting a car back together and put a clip on it, really shows what we can do in the shop. I got to thank everybody. Duke, Ocon Industrial Gas, 811, call before you dig. Green Construction, Arbitel Convenience Stores. John and Maine and Rafano, they weren't able to make it tonight. They had a little discipline, but Wheeler's Auto, Petter for the awesome horsepower. I got to thank Ham's Welding. I especially got to thank him for the free welding on Sunday. Ben Dodge, all them guys, they really put the heat on me during practice. But can't thank everybody enough, and glad to be back to Victory Lane. I'd like to wish my wife a happy birthday. It's coming up, and I always forget, but that's a good one.
All right, man, give it up for Keith Rocco, your winner of your NASCAR Wheeling All-American Series SK Modified feature winner. Let's go over to Jeff McComey with the rest of our top 3 finishers.
Well, I'm waiting on Glenn Reed over here, but he's still celebrating. He finished 3rd last week, and he's working his way up to 2nd. Glenn, I'm over here. We found Glenn Reed, and he's back over here. You finished 3rd last week. You're up to 2nd this week. You know what that means for next week?
I hope it's first. We told Nicole LaRose that it would be 2 weeks before we get back to Victory Lane, because normally we win, then we suck, then we win, then we suck. So I guess I screwed that streak up tonight, so I apologize. But I got to thank the good Lord for the opportunity to be here and drive for Dan. And this Horsepower Hill organization is awesome to drive for, and I love them to death. And I got some family up from New Orleans and a lot of cool people in the stand. So I hope all the fans had a good time. I got to thank all my sponsors. I got to thank Avery Construction, Tech Ed Products, Rad Auto Machine and their awesome power, Pioneer Valley Wheel Repair, Life Care Family Chiropractic, GP Fence, and just this whole organization I drive for, as well as New England Race Fuels and Napa for putting this on, and Stafford Speedway for all their help.
Well, a great run for Glenn Reed, finishing 2nd place tonight, 3rd place last week, as we mentioned. So statistically speaking, he should win next week. We'll find out. But Eric Byrne, you had a great run out there. We don't see you up here very much. Hopefully we're going to see you a little more often. How are you feeling tonight after a great run like that?
Feeling pretty good. It's been a while since we've been on the podium, so it's definitely great to get back up here. We had a really good car, and the sway bar fell off probably halfway through the race, so that kind of really hurt us. But definitely the crew worked hard this week to get this car up here, get as fast as it was. We made a lot of changes during the week, and they seem to work. So we'll see if we can get a couple more spots better next week. Got to thank my sponsors, GT Tire, North End Auto Parts, TA Engines, Troy Race Cars, R&R Fabrication.
All right, a great 3rd place finish there, Eric Byrne. You had a lot of young fans over there to go celebrate with, so why don't you go meet them? Great job out there. Congratulations. We're going to throw it back up to the booth to get everyone here ready for the SK Light feature coming up. These guys are great.
Now we want everybody to get out.
Morning, I'm feeling down. 'Cause all this life's such a drag. And I can help but stare at my cube. Think about what good times we had. 'Cause every day was a Saturday. 'Cause I ain't got a thing to do. Have a good time. That's right. Just won't have a good time all night. That's right. That's right. I got some cold shit drink a beer now. Try to find me a girl or two. I hope you find me a redhead. 'Cause I've never been a woman, but I better be a girl.